Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Or it is not good.
Normal day.
Please introduce yourself.
I'm Van Andrei Viktorovich.
How?
Van Andrei Viktorovich.
Van?
Van.
3 letters.
3 letters.
Whose last name is this?
Paternal.
And the father is Russian?
My father is also mixed race, half Russian, half of another nationality.
Nationalities. Tell us about your nationality. And stop, wait. What is your date of birth?
1999, June 5.
How old are you?
23.
23. City of birth?
Village Bogorodskaya.
How?
The village Bogorodskaya.
And where do you live?
Nikolaevsk on Amur.
Nikolaevsk on Amur.
That's right.
How many kilometers it is to Moscow?
Moscow is approximately 12,000 kilometers away.
12,000 kilometers. Have you been to Moscow?
No, I never have.
Have you been abroad?
No, I haven't been abroad either.
Are you in Ukraine now?
Just now.
Tell us about your nationality. This is simply the first time we have such a person.
Our nationality is indigenous peoples of the Far East, dying out. And it's not that it's dying out, it's just disappearing already.
Why does it disappear?
In the sense that someone copulates with Russians, the Russian nationality fills in.
Copulates. This is mixing.
Mixing. We don't have something like that in Yakutia, for example, so there is some specific nationality, just as small people of the Far East.
Do you have some kind of community, elders, or is there no such thing anymore?
There probably is someone, but I don't know who they are.
Do you know your language?
I didn't even hear my own language in letters or words.
Was it there?
There probably was once, a long time ago.
How long ago was this?
Probably during Peter I.
Peter I. What is the current population? More precisely, not even the population, how many representatives of your nationality are left?
I can't even say by name, but maybe 5,000.
How much was there before?
I can't even wrap my head around how much it could have been.
Don't have any idea, maybe 100,000, million?
100,000 probably.
Maybe. Where did you work? Are you mobilized?
Mobilized.
Where did you work before mobilization?
Before mobilization, I worked in Viktor Nikolaevich supermarket as a loader.
At supermarket. What is your education?
Secondary specialized auto mechanic.
Auto mechanic. Yes. Why don't you work in your profession?
The city is small, I couldn't move to a big one at that moment.
What is the population of the city?
Probably 50,000.
But this is a relatively large city. What are you doing here?
Well, how can I tell you?
Yes, say it as it is.
I don't know what I'm doing here and I don't really want to be here.
Do you understand that you're in captivity?
Yes, I know.
Why don't you want to be here?
Because I got here by mistake. Out of my own stupidity.
Because of your own stupidity. Then I think it will be interesting because... Tell me what mistake you made given the fact that you were... mobilized. What's wrong?
That I actually went here. I could just not sign the document to get here.
Tell us how it was. And what date were you served with the summons?
They handed me the summons back in October. On October 24th.
How was it?
3 police officers put me in the car and handed into my hands under supervision so that I could sign.
Once again, I don't understand. What does under supervision mean for you to sign? Was it morning, Saturday, or Sunday?
It was Friday. Evening. Right at work.
Right at work?
Yes, just took me out.
Did they take you out? You're doing something at work.
I worked.
Worked. The police come and what do they see?
Finds out my last name, first name, patronymic, and they take me out.
From the store?
From the store.
By force?
Not by force.
Do they just say, let's go?
Let's go, they say.
You came out.
And so it turns out that they hand me a summons. It seemed like an invitation to the military registration and enlistment office.
Not even as humans, but an invitation.
There was a summons. I'm just really bad at documentation.
When did you come to the military registration and enlistment office?
They say the very next day.
On a Saturday, 25th.
Yes.
What was there?
I say, sign me up. Like, he says, shooter.
Did you have an emergency service?
There was an emergency service.
What were you?
Then I served near Khabarovsk in a tank unit. Orenburg region, Yekaterinburg. That was all.
What was your military specialty then? On urgent service.
Shooter.
Shooter. Also a shooter now.
And now I'm also a shooter.
It's clear. And when you flew, how long was the flight? Day? 7.
Probably around 7 hours.
Several times, right?
Yes, there were several flights.
When did you leave?
From Khabarovsk specifically.
At the military registration and enlistment office you signed all the documents. You were mobilized. What happened next?
They started recruiting people. We recruited very few people from my city. Then Yakutia, Vladivostok. And by plane we flew to Rostov.
Rostov. I forgot to ask, do you consent to the recording and publication of our conversation?
I give.
Why do you agree?
Should this have any effect?
No, you can refuse and then we will just end the conversation and that's it. I need your answer as it really is.
Post it, I no longer have a choice in the process.
Why? You have a choice. You say I don't want to and we stop now. Why don't you have a choice? There are people who refuse. They don't want to be shown on YouTube. They don't want to be known that they are alive. There are those who, on the contrary, want to go to an interview so that there is proof that he is alive, so that they can change him. That is, there are different people. There is someone who seems to have been given a military secret and he doesn't want to tell it. Have you been given military secrets? Didn't they give?
They didn't give us anything at all.
How come they didn't give anything?
Yeah, they just gave me a weapon, go fight, and that's
I
it.
missed it. After your last name, I need to ask if you give consent to recording and publication. Indeed, your consent, so that later when you are replaced, they won't complain to us that we violated some of your rights. You have more rights in captivity than you have there, in your homeland.
I give.
Consciously.
Consciously.
Were you forced to do this?
No.
How long have we known you?
10 minutes.
Did someone tell you before me that you need to talk to a blogger?
No.
It's clear. You have arrived in Rostov. What next? That's it. We continue. You have given your consent.
Assembling ammunition, then assembling soldiers, and then to Donetsk Republic.
To the Donetsk Republic. Is there such a republic?
Maybe. Where Ukraine is.
This is Ukraine. There is no republic. Were there many people of you here? How many people were on the plane?
There were probably 300 people on the plane.
300.
Perhaps I didn't
Well,
count.
give or take approximately.
Don't know.
How is your mother? How did she feel about this?
Not very good. She really didn't want me to come here at all, and she doesn't need it at all.
What does mom say?
Come home quickly.
Were there already those from your city who fought and returned?
No idea.
Didn't know, right? When did you enter Ukraine after all the flights already with the gun? What did you come with?
It seemed that we have already arrived at the beginning of November.
At the beginning of November. In what division?
155 Brigade, it seems.
These are the kind of warriors we see now who don't even know in which unit they are fighting. Who is your company commander?
At that moment, we were still distributed there, in Ukraine. Then we had a company commander, Kirov.
How?
Kirov.
Kirov. What is his rank?
I don't know. I don't know anything about him at all. Maybe he even has a special fake surname. I don't know.
His last name?
I only know that he is my captain and he is Kirov. That's all.
Didn't he have any insignia?
No.
Did he fight with you?
With us? I didn't see it.
What did he do in November, December, and January 3 months? Where were you?
We either went to Volnovakha or just wandered around.
What does wandering mean? How is it nomadic?
I don't know how to explain it. We were just there.
Did you fight?
No. We started to fight. The war ended just a week ago.
The war ended a week ago, but when did it really start? How many times have you shot with machine guns?
We only fired during the training.
And in Ukraine, here, how many cartridges did you shoot?
Cartridges 3 or 4.
Killed anyone?
No, I mean during training.
And after the training, when you were already in Ukraine, or you had training in Ukraine?
Yes.
So what did you do in November? How did you wander? Did you go here? Did you go there? Where did you live?
In villages, in towns, in houses not exactly destroyed, but in which you can still live, or in this...
Who gave you permission to enter these houses?
I have no idea.
You yourself, for example, there is someone's house. Who gave you the right to enter it and climb in it?
The company commander resolved all these issues.
With whom did he resolve issues?
Probably with local residents, maybe with someone else, I don't know.
Was the food delicious? Canned goods?
We also eat some dry rations.
And what did you find in the houses?
We didn't find anything special in the houses.
What did you find?
There was complete destruction. We put things in order there ourselves.
Who ruined all this?
I don't know, I have no idea.
What are you personally fighting for?
Good question.
I'm trying. Thank you. Personally, you are with the machine gun. You're now burned. I know that you have now received help.
This one might say it's like psychological pressure. If you don't want to die, hold the machine gun in your hands. Something like that.
Very interesting conversation. What about psychological pressure and on whom? On you? As I understand it. Whose?
Probably colleagues and elders.
What did they tell you?
They didn't say anything special. Everything is accountable. These machine guns and non-machine guns, all these losses, we will also have problems.
Did you carry a machine gun just to avoid losing it?
It turns out like this.
It turns out like this. How was your security?
What about security?
Body armor, helmet.
Some people were given old things, others
What
new
did
ones.
you have?
I happen to have new ones.
A new
issued.
helmet and a new body armor.
At least everything in the package was recorded.
What class of body armor?
The first one.
First class? Which?
Don't know.
First class is the lowest level of protection.
The smallest? Well, most likely they gave the smallest one, or second class.
Isn't there a fourth one?
It's heavier.
What kind of helmet was it?
The cap is
Cap?
ordinary.
Do you know what a cap is?
That's what it was called.
This is understandable. A cap is a product that is pulled over your old Soviet-styled helmet. On top it is beautiful, fashionable, and inside there is a foam rubber. But the helmet itself. Have you tried it at all?
Open it?
Yes.
No.
Give it a try. I know you're watching. Try stepping on it or hitting it with something. Of course, there were 4 cartridges. Yes? No?
There were more of them.
More? Were there any grenades?
Yes.
What did they tell you about the captivity?
For the captivity, what were we told?
Yes.
Don't give up.
Why?
It's unclear why.
Didn't you explain anything?
Uh-huh.
Why don't give up then? What did they say to do?
Someone said that they were torturing, cutting, and all that.
How many times were you tortured?
No, I wasn't really tortured.
Not really? How that? That is, there anything bad about the fact that you were most likely beaten there, perhaps at the time of capture?
No.
I don't support this, but the killer came to kill us. Those taken prisoners were most likely emotional. Adrenaline. Are you aware that our subscribers paid for you? You and I had to record a video that you were captured under the Dmitry and Vladimir exchange fund program. Here I am, Dmitry, and Vova is now in a different place. So is this a good program or not?
Sorry?
Is the program good or not? So they don't kill people like you.
I think everyone should get a chance.
Are you cold?
No, yes, a little.
A little. Now I'll bring you some kind of jacket. Should I give you some water? Why are you personally fighting? You said it was your mistake.
I didn't think with my head.
What could you do?
Think.
And if you thought about it, what would you do?
I just wouldn't go. I just didn't know what was going on here at all.
What's going on here?
What kind of war is going on here? They just took me out and took me
How
away.
were you managed, okay?
Managing the army?
Yeah.
Where did they manage?
Did your commanders manage you well?
I wouldn't say that.
Judging by the fact that you are in captivity, then... Tell me the last day how you were captured. Where was it, under what circumstances? What time?
I ended up at the southern Uglidar's Dachas, that is, on the northern Dachas. We spent probably about a week in the building with the pirates. Then the guys realized that there were still people in the building to smoke us out, and the grenades didn't help.
How many of you were in the building?
Maybe 20 people.
And they stormed you and threw grenades at you?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you shoot there?
Shoot back.
Did you personally shoot?
couldn't even stick my face out.
Why?
Because there was so much gunfire there that I didn't know what to do. I could say that I was squeezed into a corner. I ran around the corner so that at least the ricochet wouldn't hit me.
Did you have wounded or killed hundreds?
Yes. Sure.
Wounded and killed?
Killed more than wounded.
More than wounded? How many killed?
I didn't count, but they were all on the second floor. And those who, like me, survived, they were in the basement. In such a basement that it was half a basement.
The windows were on the street, right?
Yes, but the window there were small and they were blocked with bricks.
So how did you get injured and how were you eventually taken prisoner?
They threw a warning grenade and said if you don't come out, another grenade will come. I don't know which one, but probably the grenade destroyed all the walls. And it's turned out that we were smoked out.
They threw a grenade at you, you didn't come out, and then they threw another at you.
Uh-huh.
Why didn't you come out? What options did you have?
The commander forbade it.
Was the commander there with you?
Yes.
How many of you were there in the basement?
Squad leader.
Squad leader?
Yes, but he was the first to die.
Oh, he died. How many of you were captured in the end?
There were 7 or 6 people from that house.
A lot of killed soldiers there in general.
Yes.
What are you fighting for? What did Vladimir do to you? What did I do to you? Why did the squad commander die who forced you to surrender?
I can't answer this question. I don't really know why. Why Vladimir? Why did we take it? Who came up with this anyway? Like a forced person, I simply went.
Who is a forced prison? A slave? Is your homeland here, perhaps? The funny thing is that he is a representative of the peoples. Do they drink there?
No.
At home?
There are adequate ones. There are many adequate people.
Who is there more?
More normal.
More normal? This is how peoples are destroyed. So he said the phrase, since Peter first, as soon as you were conquered, confusion began. Well, how did you even become part of the Russian occupation country? Do you know your history?
Not really. I wasn't so interested. Since I haven't seen many books about this, maybe I'll see it again and read it. Because I was mainly raised by Russians. And I was born, of course, by Russians. The grandfather who was from our nationality, I did not see him. That is, he died and I was not born yet.
Yes. What do you know about Ukraine?
About Ukraine? That this is the former USSR.
Didn't understand.
Or not.
We were once, to our regret, in the USSR. Then we left. In general, do you know any general questions about Ukraine? Can you tell the approximate population?
No.
Who is our president?
Right now, Zelensky.
Who was there before this?
I don't remember.
Don't remember. Who are the Nazis?
Nazis are those who don't like other nations.
Yes. You can do this if you shorten everything, not even that at all. Do you know history in general? Are you interested in it?
History? I know something I don't know others.
Are you an occupier?
Sorry?
Are you an occupier?
No way.
No way? So categorically and so culturally in no case, why you are not an occupier? Why are you not an occupier? If you said no way, then you know the definition of this term. What does it mean?
I certainly didn't want to be an occupier.
You didn't really want. Let's really look at real things. Who is an occupier?
I don't know, probably the one who consumes something that is not his own.
Land grabber. What are you doing, what you said? 11,000 kilometers from your home, in a foreign country, with a machine gun. Can you tell me what you are doing? He can't say what he's doing. Why can't you tell?
What?
Why don't you want to talk? Well, if you don't want to talk, don't talk.
I'm just confused.
Why? What bothers you so much?
Because I'm generally for world peace and such questions that I don't even know what to answer.
You are for world peace and at the same time you went to another country with a machine gun. And why are you so confused?
I actually hoped that I wouldn't make it to the war.
What does I won't make it mean?
I don't know, wounded or somewhat else.
Did you want to hurt yourself?
Myself? No.
So how? To get wounded in war? You have been wounded, or did you want to kill yourself? I understand I ask you an awkward question. Dial your mother's number. What the time difference?
Around 8, maybe 10.
10 hours. It's there now around 3 at night. Hello. Good
Доброй
night.
ночи.
Hello? Who is this?
This is a journalist from Ukraine that worries you. My name is Dmitry. Your son is in captivity.
I already saw this today. Saw it.
So the video on
Yes.
Telegram, yes?
Yes.
Are you happy that he's alive?
What should I do?
Do nothing. If you want to talk to him, I need your consent for the conversation to be recorded and published.
I definitely need to talk to him.
Then you consent to the recording.
I'll stay.
What does I'll stay mean?
Gives consent.
I'll stay on the record.
Yes.
I need to talk to him.
All right, fine. Speak.
Hello, Mom.
Oh, my little one. My little son. Son.
Like this, on speakerphone.
Son.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Don't worry.
How can everything be fine? I saw your face. What's wrong with your face?
Yes, everything is fine with my face. I burn it a little.